boy Davidoff, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with David. This episode is called Windows Are Not Your Friend. You'll find out why in a minute. Well, may not be in a minute, maybe more than a minute. Anyway, so this was back in primary school. I was in year 5, which I think is the 5th grade if you're American. I do not know. But I was in year 5, right? And, well, it was science week. Now, in my primary school, this was the best week of the year because there were so many like cool things happening, so many experiments. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there were a lot of cool things. It was awesome. It was the best week of the year by far. Everyone loved it. It was amazing. Anyway, an incident happened. It was either Monday or Tuesday. So at the start of science week, nothing really happened much. Like, not yet anyway. Like, nothing happened. It was just a normal week. It was sunny outside. It was very hot that day. I remember this. It was very hot that day, and everyone wanted water. Not many people brought water in, and luckily around the school we had fountains. It was proper fresh water as well. Nothing dirty or anything. Proper clean fountains all around the school. And occasionally during class they'd let us go and go to the fountains, get a drink. So I did that. I went to get a drink. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Either way, it was early in the week, really early. Like most of the good things happened on like Thursday, Friday. So yeah, nothing much happened yet. It was very hot outside. It was in the summer. Yeah, so I went out to get the fountain just like many other people. There was a long queue as well, and everyone was so thirsty. So there was this girl, but I was drinking at the fountain, right? It was my turn. I was drinking at the fountain, and there was this girl behind me. Oh my God, she was so desperate. She said, "Oh, David, hurry up!" I don't think she knew my name. But she said to hurry up. I was like, "Oh, let me drink, please." But she wasn't having it. She was like, "Okay." I was like, "Fine, I'll go." So I was going to run back to class. I had enough water anyway, and then. As soon as I started running, I ran into a window. Yeah, I ran into a window. Sorry, that's my alarm. I ran into a window, and when I ran into a window, I don't mean I was smashed through the glass. This is worse. I hit the corner frame of it. You know what I'm talking about? The frame. I hit that. Oh my God, it was so bad, and basically I didn't fall over or anything. I just I started to feel a bit dizzy, a bit of pain, but I didn't really feel anything until my friend Kamal, that was a nice name, he pointed out that I was bleeding. Yeah. He's a friend called Kamal Peeport. What a name. Anyway, you're not here to hear his name. Yeah, he pointed out I was bleeding. I was like, what? I'm bleeding? So yeah, I started to get proper scared at this point. So I went inside to my class, and everyone in the class started staring at me like, what is this? They're like, no, this is their reaction. Everyone was like, Bearing in mind I was in year 5, right? We were all kids. Yeah, so at this point I was bleeding pretty badly. When I say pretty badly, I mean it wasn't just on my head. It was dripping. It was all over my top. It was down my trousers, and it was to the point where it was dripping on my shoes, on my school shoes, right? I was full of blood. I looked like a zombie. Everyone was freaked out. I got taken to the medical room, and where I got treated. Over there, I fainted 3 times. If you didn't know this, I actually faint when I see blood. Yeah, that's a thing. And I don't mean in movies. Just when I see blood in real life, I tend to faint. When I see accidents as well, I don't know. Anyway, I've fainted like 3 times because I saw the blood all over me. Like, it was pretty clear by now I was bleeding. Yeah, I started crying. I was scared in the medical room. I remember lying down on a bed. I collapsed I fainted for the 3rd time. I was so scared, man. I thought I was dying. Anyway, they stopped the bleeding, obviously, because if they didn't, I would have died, probably. um, I got taken on the ambulance. My first time in an ambulance. It was actually a new ambulance as well. I make it sound cool, but yeah, it wasn't so cool. But anyway, yeah, the whoever that was in the ambulance was he was a cool guy. I went to A&E where I met my mum. Um, I had to wait about 3 hours. Yeah, even though it was an emergency, I had to wait like 3 hours because there was like so many people there waiting, and some people like looked at me like freaked out. Who the hell is that? What's that? They looked at me like I was some sort of zombie from The Walking Dead or The Last of Us. Speaking of Last of Us, you should watch my playthrough. Yeah. Anyway, back to the story. I was in A&E. People thought I was a zombie. Apart from like one person, this one girl looked at me, like smiled at me, and I was like, I smiled back. That was pretty nice. Anyway, I met the doctor eventually. 3 hours later. 3 hours later, great service. And they put glue on my head. I thought I'd get stitches. They put glue on my head. I don't know what glue it was. It definitely wasn't a Pritt stick, if that's what you're wondering. It was probably PVA or something. I don't know, but they put glue on my head. I don't know what type of glue, but they put it on my head, and yeah, it left a mark on my head for quite a few years. That mark is gone now, but for about 5 years, that mark was still there. It was a pretty bad mark. Yeah. If you went to primary school with me, you probably remember this story, or if you read it on Twitter. Anyway, this is another story with your boy Davidoff. Please like, share and subscribe. This was your boy Davidoff. I haven't got any other stories at the moment, but I'll think of some. Anyway, this was your boy Davidoff, and I'm out.